can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been known to come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you meet a sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow a pack. With me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
Yay! What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus Alphabets, where we take you on about a 1.5 hour, 2 hour long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is NFL football in general. But first things first, I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's diehard. What's going on, Mona?
Not a lot. Sorry, I was still sharing.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm trying to tag people.
To make sure y'all like and share. You know, no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw, we're going to be right here.
Yep.
That's what we do. We're going to be right here. I got the man here, CEO of Rise Up, my guy, The Torch. I do a lot of shows and stuff with him. And, you know, we had a little gentleman's wager. That's what we do. We it's all love and respect. I love this guy. And, you know, when I lose, I'm gonna be right here. When I win, I'm gonna be here regardless. So, Torch, what's up?
Defense, bro.
Are you having technical difficulties over there? We having technical difficulties. What's up, Ronald Enix? Ronald Enix, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's up? Hit me up in my inbox, man. I got something for you, Ronald Enix. Torch, are you there? Torch. Hello. Hello. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there. As you all know, we had a game last night. I thought it was a Rams versus Super Bowl champion Rams, defending Super Bowl champion versus the Buffalo Bills. Thursday night football. Everybody's watching. I don't know where Torch is at. When you saw the game yesterday, Mona, what were your thoughts on the game? I guess we'll get Torch here in a second.
Well, it didn't go like I thought. I thought it was going to be a close game. I think I gave 31-28 last night on the show last night on Drake's show.
Okay.
Quite honestly, I was kind of shocked. I'm not going to lie. I really didn't think that Buffalo would stop the run as well as they did. I think they definitely were missing OBJ. But even only having Cooper Kupp out there, I think that.
What were Cooper Kupp's numbers? Do you remember? I don't have his numbers. I got the Bills number. Do we have Cooper Kupp's number?
8 receptions, or
I think he had like $170. I think I don't know the exact number. He had a good game. Torch, I'm not blocking you out, man. We try to get you up
he
on
had
here.
13 catches for 128 yards. 13 catches, 128.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp did.
Yeah, I had a slide for it. I didn't upload that slide, so.
Okay, yeah, to me, they miss Andre Whitworth. They miss Andre Whitworth really bad. And here's not take the bill. The game was not as close as the score indicates. It was what 31-10.
Oh, I'm gonna
that game was very easy.
Buffalo actually beat them worse than what the score reflected.
And I think what was so impressive is going into that environment Thursday night. The whole country's watching. We did a bits on that about, to be the man, you got to go up in there. You go in there, you punch somebody in the mouth, you punch them in the mouth, and you do what you got to do. I mean, it was an impressive win. I thought Josh Allen. Josh Allen was 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 26 of 31 with an 83.9% completion and 297 yards. And it should have been worse. The first interception he threw, I don't put that one on him. You got to catch that. He threw the ball where it was supposed to be. The second one, he kind of threw it behind him. I thought the second one was
he really threw it behind him, right into Buffalo's hands.
And I thought he kind of got the alligator arms because he was coming across the middle, and we call that alligator arms. You come across the middle and you kind of are hesitant because you don't want to get hit. I thought Josh Allen played, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but I don't think the numbers really show how dominant he was in the game. I mean, there was a stiff arm he did on the way out of bounds, and I mean, he just nearly did. I mean, it looked like what Derrick Henry did to Josh Norman. I mean, and then another one on the touchdown run he had where he reached across. I mean, he's like, I said this a couple of years ago, and I was very critical of Josh Allen, but I remember, I don't know if you remember me saying this. I said his ceiling was Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's a more athletic Ben Roethlisberger. And I said his floor was
Blake
Bortles.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's what I said. Last night he looked like a more athletic. I don't know where Torch is. I I don't want anybody to think me and him made a wager. I don't know where he went, but we're going to keep it moving because we're already. And he can come back. Torch, you can come back in here when you want. A very impressive win, domination, and it was just an ass whipping. We in football we call that taking somebody out to the Mona, you live out in the country, out to the woodshed. Taking them out to the woodshed, and that's what they did, and they deserve all credit. And
you know what? I will tell you something. I actually wondered about the secondary without having Tre'Davious White on that field, and I think those young rookies look pretty good out there. I think they did pretty good. I think that had they had OBJ, it makes it a whole different level. Because at that point you have more than just Cooper Kupp to throw the ball to. Wasn't I really impressed with Robinson, but you know what?
I think things will get better for him. I think what they're missing is a speed element to their offense. I would tell them right now, the Rams, I would say go get Will Fuller. And I know he's injury prone, a big, fast individual that can stretch the field. You basically got two possession receivers. And when you're playing football, your wide receiver core has to be diversified. You guys, you got your speed guy, you got your big guy, you got your possession guy. You can't have two possession guys. Cooper Kupp, he's not a speed demon. He's more of a route runner. Allen Robinson is a big physical guy that jumps up and gets the ball. And when you play guys like that, you can just be like, okay, nothing over the top. We're just going to keep everything underneath, and that's what they did. You need that speed element on your offense to threaten threaten the defense vertically. So that's what I saw with Buffalo's defense, their defensive line rotation. Gregory Rousseau, I like the kid. I interviewed him on the Miami Pro Day. Shout out to Mookie Hawkins. He set me up with that. The Von Miller thing, 2 sacks. I mean, they harassed Matthew Stafford all day. His arm.
I still think that Whitworth not being there made a huge difference in that offensive line.
Whitworth, Odell Beckham Jr., having Von Miller on the other, they had Leonard Floyd and Von Miller. And I think with pass rush, you have to have 2 bookends. You can't just have one guy that's an awesome pass rusher and then the guy on the other side, because all they're going to do is they're going to shift protection over to that side. You got the TJ on one side and you got to have somebody on the other side, a Bud Dupree type guy on the other side. I know Bud Dupree's gone, but I'm just saying you got to have that guy. You got Gregory Rousseau on one side. You got Von Miller on one side. You got Ed Oliver. Hell, Epinesa even had a good game.
Yeah.
So to me, I thought it was
Gabe Davis had a good game.
Gabe Davis, 4 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown. Yep. Stephon Diggs, 8 catches, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. I got 69 points because on my championship team, I got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Gabe Davis, but that's neither here nor there. I'm the defending champion. Torch, it's okay. We'll make up for it tomorrow. Me and you, we'll do a show. Torch, I told him he could gloat a little bit, and Bills Mafia, you get the gloat this week. I'll take it. Hell, it ain't the first wager. It ain't the first wager I lost.
They should be absolutely proud that they won. And if he's only coming because of what I had to say before the show started, then he needs to get his butt back in on the show. Get up in, to the victor goes the spoils. To the Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey. This is the second game. Mona, starting with the Super Bowl. Still the best corner in the league, in your opinion? Nope.
Who you got?
I don't even True.
Jair Alexander?
I had Ramsey, Alexander, and White. and that was how I had them.
Now I can't put White in there right now. I'm talking about guys. We don't know what White's. I thought White was a top.
I used to.
Okay. I'm sorry.
In
Okay.
that low, but we don't know what White's going to be when he comes back, because we all know ACL injuries are not all, and depending on what position you play, ACL injuries are rough on players.
Jair Alexander, Xavier Howard.
Oh, yeah, I like Howard.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah. I can't stand him, but
Trey Diggs. You got Trey Diggs in there anywhere, or he gets beat too much?
I think he's probably top 6, 7.
Okay. Ramsey.
He
Look.
just looks lost sometimes. Trey Diggs sometimes just looks lost out there.
Trey Diggs' issue is he's feast or famine. You know what he is? He's the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa of cornerbacks. When he's on, he's on. He'll smack 60, 70 home runs. When he's off, you're like, how the hell is he a professional football player? He will get beat terribly. So you can't. Ramsey, this is the second game that I've seen you. Now we tease on Eli Apple a lot. We tease on Eli Apple a lot. Ramsey, that's the second game that I've seen you. You know, I saw you get torched by Jamar Chase. I saw you get torched by T. Higgins. I see you get torched by, I saw you get torched. He got beat by Gabe Davis yesterday and by Stephon Diggs. So it started getting to a point where you're like, okay, is this guy still the same? And when you see guys that can't run, as a corner, you have to be able to run. As a cornerback, you have to be able to run. What we see with corners is when you can't run, that's when they start, moving you to safety because you can't play bump and run coverage. I remember it was a first down play yesterday, and I think the Bills needed like 2 or 3 yards. It was like 3rd and 2 or something. And, Josh Allen gunned it towards the sideline, and it was Diggs versus Ramsey, and Diggs just got outside and caught it right next to the Buffalo sideline. I was like, he was just chirping at Ramsey. When Diggs caught the touchdown and kind of, rolled into the end zone, they were chirping at each other. And I like to see stuff like that. But Ramsey, when you talk like the way you talk, you talk a big game. A few years back when Josh Allen got drafted, he called him a wasted pick. They were dumb for drafting him. And, every time that he's seeing you now, he's kind of wearing you out. So it's getting to that point. With Ramsey, I'm not going to give up on you yet. But 2 games in a row, the Super Bowl and in this game yesterday, I saw you get I saw you get, I saw you get cooked a little bit. So we're gonna see. So what we got, Mona?
We have. Speaking of,
and
you know what? I like what he had to say.
When you talk a lot, and that's fine. I have no problem with people talking. One of my favorite players talked a lot. Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin talked a lot. I have no problem with, if you talk the talk, if you talk the talk, walk the walk. When you get cooked and when you lose, show up. You got your ass beat. We just said the woodshed. You got taken to the woodshed. The score could have been worse. The score could have been worse. They could have put up nearly 40. You're still working through some things. I like McKenzie. McKenzie, he was responsible for that interception. He came back. He had a touchdown. And you just got, you got to fess up to it, and you got your asses kicked. So hey, better luck. Who do the Rams play next week? Anybody know who the Rams play next week? We need to see that. I really want to see how Ramsey bounces back next week versus that. They got a lot of work to do. So what we got next, Mona?
I was looking to see who they play.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go. I went ahead and I'd made a slide for it already before I showed it to you. So I'm wondering how bad that ACL is.
Do you see cue ball
I did. I just
Okay. That's hits.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew. I didn't know if you did. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, man. I love the glasses, bro. All the way from Japan. I appreciate you, man. Make sure y'all like and share the show. He's been ruled out. You know, the injury reports start coming out. My guy, Michael Gallup, he's not gonna play. I thought it was a long shot that he played. You know, coming off a torn ACL towards the later part of the year, just signed an extension with the Cowboys. These young kids got to step up. Semi Fehoko, step up. Turpin, Kavontae Turpin. We saw what he did.
Rams play the Falcons next week.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a perfect get back game there. That's a perfect get back game right there. So Michael Gallup, no Michael Gallup tomorrow. So Mona, this guy, he started off with you. Emmanuel Sanders played with the Bills last year. He's going into broadcasting. Emmanuel Sanders, he announces his retirement.
The thing I told you, you know, he never reached a peak with Pittsburgh. Yeah. I didn't want to see him leave. I really didn't. And I actually I hoped that we kept him. But when he left, he actually stepped it up and played quite well when he left. A lot of receivers who leave Pittsburgh don't go on to have great careers. But I think that he did. I think Emmanuel Sanders did. Plaxico Burress did with New York. You know, we called him Plexiglass for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, y'all had injured, but
y'all had three good receivers at the time. I remember they used to call themselves the Money Club, the team, the Money. It was Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace, and Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, y'all had when they were young.
Well, wait a minute, and you left the key guy out, Heinz Ward.
And Heinz Ward, yeah, they were kids. They were kids, and they kind of grew up behind him. But they were the young kids coming up. Heinz was kind of the seasoned veteran, and you know, they all ended up going their separate ways. But an incredible career, Hall of Famer.
I don't.
I tell people.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when you have to, I tell people all the time when I ask them Hall of Famer, they're like, if you do that, if you make that sound when you ask somebody if they're if I say right now, Ben Roethlisberger, Hall of Famer, hell yeah, there's no hesitation. There's no hesitation. There's no cause. There's no.
Mike Wallace eventually will, I think, make.
I don't think Mike Wallace will be in the Hall of Fame.
I
don't think Mike Wallace will be in the Hall of Fame. No.
And I think you could. Plaxico Burress, I think could.
Plaxico more. Who?
Plaxico Burress, 2 Super Bowls.
2 Super Bowls. Plaxico more than
Mike Wallace.
Yeah, Plaxico more than Mike Wallace. I don't see.
Wallace left, and his career never did recover after leaving Pittsburgh, in my opinion. I don't think he went anywhere and did anything what he did when he was with Big Ben. You know, I say this a lot. I say, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like Ben, but he made a lot of receivers look really good.
Ben Roethlisberger is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, look, people, if you're judging people off of whatever you think of their off field or whatever instances that they had in there, I get you on that. It's not the Hall of Fame of Boy Scouts. It's not. There's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that are not Boy Scouts. Namely, a guy like Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor was not a choir boy. Michael Irvin was not a choir boy. A lot of these guys that are in the Hall of Fame, they are not choir boys. They're not. You know, if you have a daughter, probably don't want them dating your daughter. This the big news here.
And you know I am not a huge fan of his. You know this. But I recognize the talent, okay?
Okay.
I recognize this talent, and I am telling you, I wouldn't step 1 foot on the football field in regular season without a contract. And I would sit the season out. Everybody knows what he's got. Everybody knows who he is. Okay? Yeah. It's not like he ain't going to get paid. And he should be getting more money, in my opinion, than Kyler Murray, than Russell Wilson. Even though Russell Wilson does have a Super Bowl.
Well, Russell Wilson's number 2 now. I don't think he deserves more money than Russell Wilson. It's Aaron Rodgers at 1 and Russell Wilson at 2. 50 for Aaron Rodgers. 50.
I'm looking at the age difference, though. I'm looking at the age difference and what he can bring.
I got you on that, but it's how you play. That's also to determine how much I pay. I cannot give you $49 million and 70% of what you do is with your legs. You are, without your legs. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, me and you have debated about his throwing and all that. I think a lot of it has to do with him not having receivers, and we can have that debate. But I think we can both agree that a lot of his success is because he runs a 4-3, and when he gets in trouble, he can take off on you. So, it's a tough situation. One, he doesn't have an agent. It's a tough situation. He's already said that we're not negotiating anymore this year. The Ravens are playing a very dangerous game, because what if he goes out and wins another MVP? What if he goes out and wins another MVP? You're basically banking that he doesn't. You're basically banking that he doesn't have that great of a. I don't know. It's a tough situation, but they play the Jets week 1, so right. they play the Jets week 1
and Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco, and I think the Ravens defense is going to be after Joe Flacco. I mean, y'all, for many years he was wearing a red vest, a red jersey, and you couldn't touch him. Now y'all can go out there and light him up. I think the Ravens defense, and I think the Ravens also, I think they're going to play for Lamar Jackson. I think they're going to play for him. I don't know if
Ace just said this comment. Ravens have an easy. Oh no, wait a minute. Sorry, wrong one. Oh, there you go. Baltimore. Play themselves. By next season, Burrow and Herbert will get paid, and Lamar will get more money. And I'm going up, and I agree with that. QB, it ain't just quarterbacks either; it's wide receivers, tight ends. I mean, edge rushers.
Yeah.
Safeties. Money's going up. So
the Ravens and Ace, I totally agree with you. If he goes out and has another MVP year, rushes for 1,000 yards, or takes the Ravens to the AFC Championship, or I'm not saying it'll happen. If the Ravens were to win the Super Bowl, oh my goodness, man. I mean, he could basically ask for the keys to the city, and there ain't nothing he can do about it.
Facebook user, let's keep it a buck. Cowboys can't beat the Bills, LOL. I don't know who you are, and for some reason, I've lost my feed.
Right now, I don't see that comment either. Right now, the Bills. How can I say? First, Mona, before the end of the show, we need to play the bits, because I had people up there. Oh, you were bashed them. I didn't. I said, this is your opportunity. The spotlight's on you. I'll get to that. Guess right now the Buffalo Bills are better than the Dallas Cowboys. I guess that's what they want me to say. Right now, the Buffalo Bills are better than the Cowboys.
Hell, they're better than the Steelers. I mean,
they're better than the Steelers. They're better than a lot of things. No, here's the issue, guys. No one's doubting the Buffalo Bills' talent. The issue with the Buffalo Bills, since we're going there, you brought this up. I didn't bring this up, so I'm responding to what you say. The issue with the Buffalo Bills is you go out. Remember last year when y'all beat the Chiefs? You went to Kansas City and you beat the Chiefs. Remember that? You went and you beat the Chiefs and y'all were flying high. And then you lose like the next 3 games? You lost to the Colts, you lost to the Titans, and you lost to the Jags. And then you beat the Chiefs in the regular season. In the playoffs, you lose to them. No one's doubting your talent. It's that you have success, and then you follow it up, and you don't do anything with it. No one is doubting your. Let me say it again. Josh Allen is a top, in my opinion, top 4 quarterback. I don't have him in front of Patrick Mahomes. I don't have him in front of Aaron Rodgers. I don't have him in front of there. He's a top 3 or 4 quarterback. I don't have an issue saying that. Stephon Diggs is a top 3 or 4 wide receiver. Gabe Davis, now what I saw, he's got to show me some more.
Wasn't it Mookie who on the Bill show or one of the shows said Facebook user? I'm not even going to respond to it because it's showing, and that's what it's showing on my thing too, Mookie. It's not showing your name. As far
that's
as
what he was saying. Well, that's what he was saying. He was like, I guess you got to sign in the StreamYard or whatever. The Buffalo Bills are a Super Bowl contender. The Buffalo Bills, huh?
You don't have to sign into StreamYard. You absolutely not. You have to give them permission to show your name.
Oh, okay.
You click on a link and it shows your name at that point.
Okay. So. Let me say this again because somebody in the comments brought it up. The Buffalo.
No, actually, Mookie, he said he's top 4.
Who's top 4?
You said Josh Allen was top 4.
Josh Allen's top 4. Yes, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. Your record against Patrick Mahomes is not bad.
The name isn't showing. You just said type that, but it's showing Facebook user on this. He's not better. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Aaron Rodgers. He's not. I got him at around 3 or 4. Can he take that leap and eventually become the best quarterback in the league? Sure, he can. I think he started out pretty good in the game yesterday.
It's a great start, but you got to do it for. You can't beat the Chiefs one week and then lose to the Jags, or lose to Ryan Tannehill, or lose to Mac Jones throwing the ball 3 times, and then say, well, why isn't he up there? That's what they judge you off of. That's how you get judged. So, your defense, I think your defense is going to be incredible this year. Incredible. And once you get back,
Ricky Bobby.
Who's that?
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. That's all that I'm saying. You all take when somebody says something negative about you. Have a phenomenal team. Josh Allen is a young superstar. I mean, he's there's nothing like him in the league. He's as big as Cam Newton. He's got an arm like John Elway, and he's mobile. He's more mobile than Ben Roethlisberger. So he has
got a cannon for an arm.
Got a cannon. No one's taking that away from you, but you've got to do it. We've seen you go to 4 Super Bowls. We've seen you go to AFC Championship. You got to close the deal. You got to close the show. You got to close the deal. Because if not, it's like my football coach used to say, potential. Potential means you ain't did crap yet. That's what potential means. You have a lot of potential. There's a lot of people at the Rucker Park that could have played in the NBA. They played street ball every day. They could have been in the NBA, but they had personal things or whatever. You have to close the show. So Lamar,
ask you this question.
Yeah,
I just posted it.
Okay. Oh, so now he's better than Dak at this stage? Yes, he is. He's better than Dak Prescott right now. See, do you see how easy that is? He's better than Dak Prescott right now. Yes, he's better than Dak Prescott. He's bigger than Dak Prescott. He's got I think he has a better arm than Dak Prescott. Mobility, it's just because Josh is bigger. Josh is a more powerful runner. I think Dak is still trying to get his confidence back with his mobility after his ankle was turned backwards. That's what happens. And that's why I would like to see Josh Allen not running as much. Because once you start running, we've seen with mobile quarterbacks, and I saw some of the hits that Josh took yesterday. Did you see some of the shots that he took yesterday?
Some of the shots could have left him hurt pretty bad.
Those are the kind of shots you cannot run. I like that that's part of his game. I would like to see them running the ball more. James Cook, I didn't think James Cook was the right selection. I've been very vocal about that. I thought that they should have drafted a guy like Kenneth Walker. I thought that they should have drafted a guy like Isaiah Spiller. I thought that they should have drafted a bigger back.
You thought they should have moved up and got Najee Harris.
I thought if y'all had got Najee Harris last year instead of Gregory Rousseau, y'all are in the Super Bowl. Because I think at the end of the game, you run out the game, and Kansas City never sees the ball again.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. It's a great start. Lamar, get your
Williams, I think, could have done that.
Devontae Williams. Lamar, get your money, bro. Get your money. Give me the next slide, please, Miss Diehard.
Okay.
Is Lamar Jackson future with the Miami Dolphins? If I'm Lamar, I'm going to go out this year. It's tough because if you sit out a year, Ramona, then what? If you sit out a year, then they saw that. If you sit out a year, we saw what happens when a player sits out. I don't
believe. Here's my opinion. I think if he sat out this year, if he said, you know what, I'm not going to take a chance of getting injured my 5th year on a 5th year contract, I'm not going to do it. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit out for the year. People who need quarterbacks in the NFL know what I can do. Yeah. No, I haven't had a number 1 wide receiver. And
no confidence on Bateman, Mona?
I don't want Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry, Ricky Bobby. Nope, I don't want him.
No.
I think Kenny Pickett's going to be there for a while. I'll be honest with you. I like the moxie this kid has showed in preseason. I like what I don't want him to be a starter this season. But with our offensive line, he may very well end up being in there. Same thing happened to Tommy Maddox when Big Ben was a rookie. So you never know.
Giuseppe Ciccarelli, I think that's how you pronounce it. Can we agree that Tua's not the answer at quarterback? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't know. I think he can. I think he can be with the weapons. And guess what? Here's an answer in short. If he's not, he won't be there next year. And we got this slide up right now saying it's Lamar's future with Miami Dolphins. Can you imagine Lamar Jackson with Miami? Tua has no excuses this year. None. I'm not going to say yes or no. All I'm going to say is if Tua Tagovailoa does not have a good year this year, I don't believe that he will be with the Dolphins next year. I don't believe that.
Somebody said Mitch will do good in Pittsburgh. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Type your name in as a comment, and that way I'll know who.
I'm not seeing these comments. I don't.
There's a bunch of comments I'm not seeing. I don't know why.
I don't know. I see Benjamin Ben. I see Giuseppe. I don't see that Mitch will do good in Pittsburgh. Mitch is gonna hold things down until they're ready to put. They don't have to rush out Kenny Pickett. I don't want to see the kid get rushed out there. It's preseason. I know he looked good or whatever. I'm putting Mitch out there until I'm totally ready to put that kid out there. They don't have to rush him out there, and I don't want him to rush it. I like the kid. I like his moxie. I like his mobility.
I honestly think that's another reason why they didn't get rid of Mason Rudolph, because if something happens and Mitch gets hurt, Steeler fans are not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ace.
Oh, okay.
And Steeler fans are not going to be happy, but I think they'll put Mason out there before they put Kenny Pickett in, because they know how bad this offensive line is.
Yeah,
so I think they would move him up.
Right now, Mason's third string. I think Mason.
He's not even on the field. He won't even be on the field. But I'm saying, if something happens and Mitch gets hurt and they have to put Pickett in there to play, which is what would have to happen, then during that week they will move Mason up to the roster, and Mason will take over until they think they may wait to see what Kenny Pickett can do. Okay, they might. But I still think that they're not – with the offensive line so atrocious, because it's actually worse this year to me so far than it was last year. But last year we had Ben Roethlisberger, who's a veteran quarterback who could get rid of the ball in 1.5 seconds. You know? So I think that was another difference. I don't know if they want to take a chance of getting this kid hurt.
I think that you all are strung out with salary cap, and I think that Mason's not going to be there next year. Win, lose, or draw.
I really don't think.
I
hope he isn't. To me, I wish they would have went ahead and just traded him or cut him and let him go.
Yeah, and if somebody comes along, look, we see it all the time. Teams get desperate for quarterbacks. Look, Geno Smith is starting. Geno Smith is starting for the Seahawks. That tells you everything you need to know. But speaking of of other quarterbacks. Start, bench, cut. Tannehill, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins. Start, bench, cut. Give it to me, Mona.
I'm starting Carr. I am benching Cousins, and I'm getting rid of Tannehill.
And I'm right there with you. Exactly just like that. Exactly just like that. What we got next, Mona? Just like that. I think Ryan Tannehill's on a very short leash. If he has 2 or 3 bad games, that crowd is going to be screaming for Malik Willis so bad. So good luck with that. I know this is your favorite guy, Mona. Myles Garrett. He's been named the elite.
I think he is the second best edge rusher in the league.
See, you see that, people? You see how we're able to kumbaya? We can all get along. Can't we all just get along? You know,
but I think the reason why he's done all this, he's trying to change his image.
And that's what you should do. Isn't that what we're supposed to do when we make mistakes? To go out and try to make up for things. You make mistakes. You need
to own up to your mistakes and then make it better.
I agree that. I agree with that. But I also believe in action. I don't need to say nothing. My actions will do the talking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that. If I say I love you, Mona, and I punch you in the eye, that's not love. You know what I'm saying? I believe in. I believe love is an action word. So I like to see guys changing the narrative. Guys trying to do. We here at the Rise Up family, we try to harp on unity and community. That's what Torch always says. He says that it sounds. I get on them sometime about it. Unity and community, positivity in the community. Going out there, Mookie, shout out to my guy Mookie Hawkins. I saw him. He had posted up a video. They're giving away backpacks and stuff. That's our charge. That's what we're supposed to do. Doing stuff for people. When we have things, our job is to go out there and do things for people. So I salute the guy. I still thought, the helmet thing. We'll leave that alone. Congratulations. I like that. What we got next, Mona? I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna let him live today.
Here's my deal about it. I will say one last thing before I go on. I am not a bad person, and I don't wish injury on anybody ever. And you know that.
Yeah.
I own up to your mistakes. I own up to mine all the time, and because I'm not perfect. None of us are.
Yeah.
But my point is, when you make a mistake, own up to it.
Yeah, that's it. Just you know what? I respect you. You know what? Hey, man, I dropped the ball on it. There's been times, Marcus, you didn't get the slides in, and I need 2 days for the slides for Alphabet's bids. I'm sorry, Mona. I dropped the ball. Don't let it happen again. And sometime I do it again. But I mean, you gotta, fess up to it.
Right.
You gotta fess up to it.
So, and you know what? You sent this to me because I didn't know.
Yeah.
You said, a very classy thing to do. And I told you, because the Pittsburgh Steelers organization is a classy organization. They are a cornerstone franchise. They have always been a classy organization. And I think this is absolutely awesome. I love that they're doing this.
Actually, Sharon sent that to me. Shout out to the chocolate girl. She sent this to me, and then I sent it to you. And I just thought, he played for y'all for what, 2 years? And then to go out there for a year and a half, he was with you guys. And to come out there, rest in the peace of Dwayne Haskins died this past offseason, and young kid, passed away. And just to do this, just to show respect. It just shows the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but if I'm a Cowboys fan, but if I weren't a Cowboy fan, I tell Mona this all the time, I would probably be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And maybe y'all could convince me to be a Buffalo Bills fan. But anyways, right now I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I scored 69 points. I scored 69 points on my fantasy.
I am telling you
Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, and Gabriel Davis. I showed the guys in the chat room today. I showed Ace and Ethan they're like, "Oh, Marcus, this is me." I go, "Man, Josh Allen, and Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs got me 60. How appropriate. They got me 69 points.
Hey, that's your Osborne. Shut up.
Yeah. A says you're definitely a closet Bills fan. So, like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's always levels to this. So we don't have a lot of these. We want to get to these picks because I want to hear some of these picks. Quarterback with 10,000 plus passing yards, a 64% completion percentage, and 29 plus wins in their first 4 NFL seasons. Which one of these guys is not like the other? And this is what I was telling y'all about Mitchell Trubisky. I think this is the best team that Mitchell Trubisky's been on. Speaking of somebody admitting something that somebody was wrong about something.
Well, and I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Okay.
I will say I apologize. You were right.
Okay.
But do you not agree that they should have either cut him or traded him?
I said that I thought that he would be traded. I said
on this team in the shadow of Big Ben.
Yeah.
He had a winning percentage when starting games. He has a winning record.
Yeah.
He knows Matt Canada's offense better than Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett. That's the reason why I really thought that he would have a fair competition, and he didn't get a fair competition because he never got to play with the first string guys.
Here's my thing with that though.
And he was still scoring touchdowns and didn't throw any interceptions with guys who aren't even on the team now. I
got you on that, but that to me,
season record.
Yeah,
than Trubisky.
But my coach used to have a saying: "The eye in the sky does not lie." Now, I'm gonna ask you this, and I really want your honest opinion on this.
Okay.
Just looking at them play, Mitchell Trubisky or Mason Rudolph, who's the better player? Looking at them,
Mitchell is more a better scrambler.
I'm talking about overall player.
Accuracy, Mason Rudolph's got the more accurate arm.
Okay, overall player. They both have their attributes. Where you look at the player as a whole, who's a better player?
Never got to play for 3 years on a team.
But Mona, he's a first-round pick. That's what they do with first-round pick. They're first-round picks. That's what they
We also know there's a 7th-round pick who is the GOAT.
Okay, and that's one of one.
And
that's one of one. That's one of one.
And I get you. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, it's
not saying that there can't be others out there like that. I think that I hope that Mason goes somewhere and he proves. And then I want an apology from you.
I think he could go. I'm agreeing with you right now. I think he could go to Seattle, which I said before. You're like, nope. I think he could go to Seattle today, right now. I don't know if he can play on Sunday. They could give him the playbook and have him this week, give him the playoff, and he's a better quarterback right now than Geno Smith is. Mason Rudolph, I will say that. Mason Rudolph could go to the Jets right now, and he's better than Joe Flacco today. Right now, I'll say that. But he's not, in my opinion, he was not a better player than Mitchell Trubisky. And he was never gonna start over Pickett because Pickett is the future. He's a first-round pick. He's gonna get that. But we'll see. Mitchell Trubisky, don't pee on yourself. Don't pee because I'll probably be doing the bits and it won't be a good one. This was the power ranking before last night. I have a strange feeling, Mona, that the Rams.
I think this is gonna change.
I don't think
you know what? I will be honest with you. I don't think the Rams will. I think the Rams are in trouble. I think that there are a lot of issues on that offensive line.
Yeah.
I think that their quarterback has got an issue with his elbow.
Yeah.
I think that Cam Akers may very well be done.
Yeah.
I think that their defensive line is having some issues.
Minus Donald. Donald played very well last night. He played very well last night. I think he got a sack last night. I think he did get a sack last night. He sacked right now, today, if they play Well, we already see what Buffalo did to him. I don't. We're about to do our picks. I'm gonna give you all my take on Tampa Bay. I'm gonna give you all my take on Tampa Bay.
I think they take a slide this year.
I think so too. I think the Eagles are going to be better. I think the Bengals with the offensive line. We'll see what Trey Lance does. I mean, they got the talent. Can Trey Lance be better than Jimmy G? I mean, that's really the question. Can Trey Lance be better than Jimmy G? The Titans, who the Bills play next week, and we're going to do our picks. I'm not going to get that out now. The Bills play the Titans next week. That ain't no. I don't know.
No, Titans are missing some key players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Titans ain't the Titans from last year. You lost Harold Landry, your best pass rusher. You get rid of A.J. Brown, and I like the kid Burks, but
they got rid of the running back.
You got rid of Donta Foreman. But needless to say, I think we both can agree that when they do the power rankings next week, that the Rams will not be number one. And the Bills will not be number 3, and not going backwards either. The Bills will not be number 3. They might be number 1 after the way they beat. After they beat the Rams
the way they did.
Sometimes it's how you beat somebody. The way you beat somebody too also has a lot. They dominated them. That was bad. It was good for my fantasy team though. But what we got there, Mona?
I think after this weekend's games are up.
Yeah.
I think you can slide 1 and 2 down the list.
Yep.
I do. I think Buffalo.
And depending on what the Cowboys, and we're about to make our picks here, depending on what the Cowboys Bucks game, Tampa Bay, Buck Flair, get at me. They might not be at number 2 either. Buffalo could very well jump to number 1 this week. They very well could. So we'll see what happens. We're about to make our picks here. By the way, make sure y'all get y'all sheets in. I'm giving away $100, a hundo. That's funny. That's our song. I'm giving away a hundo at the end of the year. Whoever wins. Last year I gave away a sweatshirt. This year I'm giving away $100. Last time each team won a division. And you see how fast things change. The Lions have always been the Lions, and the Browns have always been the Browns. So, a lot of this stuff could change. So yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think there's going to be a lot of changes going on.
You know why I like this?
Why is that?
Because I get tired of hearing everybody talk about, what are the Steelers done? They've done it in 20 years. Well, they have actually.
Yeah.
They've got 2 Super Bowls in the 2000s. Okay. So,
yeah.
Listen, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd like to have one every year. I ain't going to lie about that either.
Wouldn't everybody?
Super Bowls are hard to win.
I tell people that all the time, and they're just, Dallas hasn't won in 26 years. I'm just like, dude, you've never won. It's hard to win. It's hard to win. You got 32 teams, and all of them got the same goal. Well, most of them. I don't know if the Browns really try to win the championship. But anyway, what we got next month?
I think they're definitely trying, and I think once Deshaun Watson does make it back into the NFL,
they're going to be a problem.
Although I don't think he should be playing. That's my opinion. But yeah, I think they're going to be a powerhouse.
Yeah.
If Deshaun Watson actually,
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think his impact is going to be this year. I think his impact is going to be more next year when they have a full off season. He's done his suspension. I don't think his impact. Like, he's out 11 games. Let's say that they're 3-8 after 11 weeks. You gonna put him out there? I'm not putting them out. If they're 2-9 or 3-8, do you put Deshaun Watson out there where he could tear his ACL towards the end of the year and then you don't have him next year?
No, but they will. They probably will.
If depending on their record, that's going to determine whether or not I would play Deshaun Watson. But you're not
the Cleveland Browns.
But I'm not the Cleveland Browns, and I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the Cleveland Browns because if I were running the Cleveland Browns, they would be Yeah, Tito, Watson got to get that rust off him. He does. I mean, you don't just go out there. You haven't really played for, and his preseason game that he played when all of the people are up there heckling him and stuff like that. He's got to deal with that. He's got to deal with a lot of stuff. So
I'm not picking up Tito's comments.
He must be in the same, because I'm seeing Tito. Tito said I would let him play, but just limit him. He looked like trash. So.
Well, you're watching your.
I'm watching it
I'm in the Alphabet Bits group.
The Alphabet football group, because I'm seeing. That's not what I see here. Let me see.
I see Yuri, Thomas, Maselko. Ace was commenting in there, so, but I haven't seen.
Okay, Braxton. I see Braxton Hills, Laura Randall. Okay, so give me some. Did you knows, Mona?
Okay. Did you know, for the first time in the Sean McVay era, the Rams have a record under 500? I thought that was kind of a weird slide, but I went ahead and put it up there because,
Well, and it's just this just changed last night. Sean McVay, he's a good young coach, but the way that they do business is not conducive to long-term success. You may have short-term success and win a couple of championships, and maybe that's what they want. It's like, I want to win 2 championships and then we don't win another one for 20 years because you've given away all of your draft picks. You gave away like 2 number ones for Ramsey. You gave away 2 ones for Matthew Stafford. I don't think that they have a first-round pick until like 2024, 2025. And you can't get young talent in. So you just got basically a bunch of mercenaries on your team. And you can't do it like that. You got to be able to draft. You look at the teams who have long-term success. You look at I think that the Chargers are going to be good for a long time. I think the Bills are going to be good for a long time. I think that the Bengals are going to be good for a long time. I think the Steelers, once you figure out the offensive line and who's going to be your quarterback, I think y'all won't be down long because you drafted a young quarterback. You got a young running back. You got a young wide receivers in Chase Claypool. You got a guy like George Pickens. You got a young tight end in Freiermuth. You got TJ's 26, 27 years old.
No, he's 25.
TJ's only 25?
I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I think he's older than. I think he's. I think I might be wrong. I think he's like 26. He's like 26, 27. Because he got drafted what 20?
You're right. He is 27.
Yeah. I'm. So you can't. You have to. You can't just keep going out in free agency and playing.
On the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know how Mitch is, but last year, Ben was the oldest, and the next oldest was like 24 or 25.
Trubisky's 25. Trubisky's 25, 26 years old. Kenny Pickett is 24.
Yeah.
He got red-shirted. So he's that's another reason why I think he's going to play sooner rather than later because he stayed in college a long time. So, right. I mean, but he's still 24 years old. Like, by the time he's in his prime, he'll be like, in a couple of years, 26. Hopefully by the end, you've fixed those offensive line. But go ahead, Mo.
All right. For the first time since 2007, a rookie quarterback will not start in week 1. And
I thought there was a chance that you all could be it. There was a big thing. There were a lot of people saying that Pickett should start, and that's cool.
I knew Pickett wasn't going to be the starter in the season. I knew that.
Well, I think we both agreed that there's in any other draft class. If any of these guys had been in the draft last year,
somebody says Rams get a first round pick in 2024.
Braxton Hills Rams. Yeah, that's 2 years. That's 2 years without a first round draft pick. And you got Aaron Rodgers who had a letter written that he was going to retire, and they never turned it into the office. I mean, you got Matthew Stafford, who's 36 years old. Who's the backup quarterback to the Rams? You have your quarterback of the future, Ramsey. He looks like he's slowing down a little bit. And you don't have no first round picks. You got to have those first round picks are major. Those first round picks. You look at your first round picks on your. Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris. I mean, you gave up a first for for Minka Fitzpatrick. First round picks are valuable. So,
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. All right. So this weekend we have quarterbacks playing versus their former teams. 3 of them. Baker Mayfield with the Carolina Panthers will be playing against the Cleveland Browns. We have Russell Wilson, who is playing against Seattle. And then we have Joe Flacco. I thought he was out of the league. I honestly thought Flacco was out of the league.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be starting. Zach Wilson was supposed to be starting. So,
but anyway, he's
good
and
luck.
they're playing Baltimore.
Good luck. Good luck. I think the Ravens are licking their lips to get their hands on Flacco.
Oh, and I think Cleveland.
And I think Cleveland would. I think Myles Garrett wouldn't mind knocking the snot out of Baker Mayfield a couple of times. But I think Russell's going to cook. I think he's going to cook Seattle. I think that's
a hands down win right there.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to make. Detroit Lions get the Braxton Hill said Detroit Lions get the Rams first round pick this year, then done with the trade. So I guess Detroit has 2 first rounders next year, and that might be where they get their quarterback of the future, because I don't believe. Yeah, I mean, they got a running back in DeAndre Swift. They got the kid. Is it Jameson Williams? Is it Jameson Williams? They got a wide receiver. They had the number 1 pick this year with Aiden Hutchinson. Detroit might be good in a couple of years. Not this year, but in a couple of years. They're competitive. I like Dan Campbell. He's a. What you over there laughing? What you over there laughing about? You got you got that little sneaky smirk on there. You all are watching the Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus Alphabets, and this lovely lady here with the heavy Southern drawl is my co-host Ramona Diehard. We're about to get into our pick segment here. Make sure you get your picks in. Get your sheet. Go to the Alphabets Football Group show. Alphabet Show group on Facebook. We hit 505 members. We hit 505, Mona. 505. Get in there. Mona's going to post the sheets every week. We're going to have the numbers up. We're going to sit down and have the numbers done. And we're going to give the results next week for all the picks for this week. But we're going to give them at different time, because you got to come in here and watch. I ain't just going to give you you thought I was just going to give you $100 for nothing? Is that what you thought? No, that ain't gonna happen. We might put the results up in the beginning of the show. We might put the results up in the middle of the show. We might put at the last 2 minutes of the show. You just never know, and you might miss if you're leading or get a shot out or something like that. So get up in here. Get up in here. You know what I'll do? Whoever's leading for the week, I'll PayPal you $5. I'll PayPal you $5. That's $20 a month. I think I could do that. We I'll give you some of my Cherry Coke Zero money. Okay, so $5 every week. PayPal or Cash App. I'll PayPal or Cash App you every week. Whoever the leader is for the week, I'll PayPal you $5. Go get you a soda or a candy bar or a $5 piece. I don't even know if you can get a $5 pizza from Little Caesars anymore. But anyways. Let's do these picks. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it set up because I still haven't figured out how to do one where
you were doing the X. You were doing the X last year, the little red X.
Well, and I would put my name because if we disagreed,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna make it larger.
Yeah. So we're about to do these picks right now. Get your sheets in, but if y'all want to go through us with this and debate us on this, by the way, I not bragging, yeah, I kind of am. I won the picks last year. I won the picks 2 years in a row, and I won by like 30 picks. Well, I won by a lot last year. I think I beat you by what, like 10 or 15, something like that. Mona, you did pretty. It wasn't too bad. So we're about to do these picks now. We're going to go through these games, break them down. Me and Mona both picked the Rams. So we're already starting off on a bad foot this week. And that's cool. I've done it before. I've lost on a Thursday night game and still won the week.
Can you see that? Okay.
And Mona, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
So we both picked. What you hit it 31-28? That was the score you picked for the Bills.
Yeah, 31-28 is what I picked.
And I think I went 30-28.
Yeah.
Which wasn't far-fetched. Vegas had the Bills. Vegas had the Bills as a 3-point favorite. Nobody, and you can say whatever you want. Nobody had the game Bills by 21 points. And if you did, then call me because I need you to help me when I go play the lottery, and we can make some money together. If you have foresight like that, then you're in the wrong profession, and I need you to come over here and help me out. I got some business deals I need you to help me with, and I need you to help me with the lotto. Nobody hit the Bills beating them by 21 points. So. Right. Congratulations, for all the people, and we'll check the sheets. They're timestamped, so you can't cheat. You put it up in there. When Mona does it, just go into the thread, and I think there's like 50 sheets in there. I looked through there, was like 50 sheets. So Thursday night game, we saw the Rams get destroyed by the Buffalo Bills. First game, 1 o'clock Eastern time. New Orleans at Atlanta. And Diehard, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, well, I still think Atlanta has a lot of problems. Quarterback being the number one. And I'm picking the Saints. I think the Saints go into Atlanta and beat them. And they don't usually. But that was when they had Matt Ryan.
Yep.
So I'm definitely taking the Saints.
I'm also taking the Saints. I think the Saints defense is going to be nasty. We saw them frustrate Brady last year, and I know that Travis Henry, me and him, we've been going at it. He likes the receiver. Oh, we got these big receivers. Yeah, you got big receivers, but you also have Marcus Mariota, and I like Marcus Mariota. He was the number 2 pick. You know what? This is the battle of the 2015 quarterbacks. I just thought about that. Jameis Winston went number 1, and Marcus Mariota went number 2. I'm going to go with Dalton's Saints. I'm going to say 28-17 Saints.
Oh, and my score, if you want to write them down, because I don't have anything to write them down on.
Yeah, I will.
I got a notebook. I just don't have it right here. I'm going to say like 31-10. 31-10.
31-10. And what did I said 28-17. I was going to put Eminem. I got to put it up on there so I know which one is which. Second game, we got San Francisco versus Chicago. We got the first game with Trey Lance as the undisputed starter with San Francisco. I think Chicago's a mess. I think Chicago's going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I think I like Justin Fields. I really like Fields. He has no weapons. He has 0 weapons except Montgomery and Mooney. And Mooney's good. Montgomery's a damn good back, but
it ain't gonna be enough to beat the 49ers defense.
It's not. I think Nick Bosa. I think Nick Bosa and Javon Kinlaw are all over that guy. I just think it's going to be really ugly. I think Elijah Mitchell goes off. I think Deebo Samuel goes off. Now, Kittle, it's looking like Kittle is doubtful for that game, but I still think that they got way more than enough to beat them. I'm going to say 35-14 San Francisco.
And I've got 31-9 because I don't think they score a touchdown against the Niners defense.
What'd you say again, Mona?
31-9.
Damn. All field goals?
All field goals.
Okay, 3 field goals. Okay. Let me see here. Braxton Hill says, who y'all got winning defense and offensive rookie of the year this year. Braxton, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will do that. I won't do it right now. The next bits I'll do, we'll make our predictions for the season. Coach of the year, offensive rookie of the year, defensive player of the year, and Mona, she'll get up and we'll put it on the next bits I'll do. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. So I will answer that, but I'll do it in a bits for you. Who you got? Okay. Next game we got Pittsburgh at Cincinnati.
I've got Cincinnati. I don't think it's going to be any kind of a blowout.
Yeah.
But I think that Mitchell will be running for his life.
Okay.
Because they're going to want to try and they're going to try and just beat us down. I really think they're going to try it. But I think our defense will play a little bit better this year than they did last year. I think Minka Fitzpatrick gets to eat because he's not going to have to worry about the corners as much. But I still think Cincinnati, and you know me, I don't ever pick against Pittsburgh. And
this is the first time in
that
in 3 years that I've ever seen you pick against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And I'm going to say, I think Cincinnati wins 27-21.
27-21. Okay. This Pitt versus,
and y'all just don't know how hard that was.
That's real. For you to say that, Ramona, that's pretty. Give me your score again, Mona.
27-21.
27-21. Cincy. And I'm also going with Cincinnati on there. I think Pittsburgh's defense will put up a fight, but I believe that with the improved, and I still think they're going to get to Joe Burrow. I think TJ might have a couple of sacks, but eventually
Cam Hayward may.
Cam Hayward will have a few. Cam Hayward will have a few.
I do think Sutton will get into that backfield somehow, some way.
But I just think since he has too much offensive firepower, so I'm gonna say, but I still think Pittsburgh will try to run the ball and play a little bit of keep away. I'm gonna say 28-21 Cincy. Okay, next game we got
New England at Miami.
And this here for me is the coming out party for Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tua Tagovailoa this game, I think that you see the confidence, some of the confidence that you saw him as a player at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I think I'm going to say this. I think this is Bill Belichick's last year. I think this is Bill Belichick last year. I think this season is going to be so.
And I think he done it to himself because what weapons does Mac Jones have?
And people will be like, Mac Jones sucks, and Mac Jones doesn't suck. And Mac Jones doesn't suck. What it is you know, the New England Patriots have kind of had this cocky, conceited, know-it-all type attitude, and you haven't changed with the times. And let me tell you something, and this isn't just for football. We are a football show, but in life, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to change. You know, I know some people are like, I don't use the internet. I don't use it. Well, you know what? If you don't use the internet nowadays, you can't. You can pay your bills online. You can do job interviews online. Hell, during COVID, kids were going to school online classes. Now you've got to be able to change with the times. And if you are stuck in the past, the world will pass you by. And in my opinion, as great of a coach as Bill Belichick is, I think he's starting to become a dinosaur. And that's really hard for me to say. We just want to run the ball and we're going to do it the Patriot way. Well, guess what? That's why you got blown out. Blown out. You got your, like Torts like to say, you got your boots smoked against the Bills, and the Dolphins might do it too. They're passing this game.
I think Miami Dolphins is on a mission, and I do think Tua steps it up this year. I think that with the weapons that he's got, how fast that offense is, I'm telling you, I think this game is going to be an absolute blowout. As bad as Buffalo beat the Rams last night, as bad as Buffalo, the score does not reflect the ass whooping that the Bills gave to the Rams.
From start to finish, from opening to closing, they put their foot on your throat and choked you out. That's what they did. That's what they did.
Miami does the same. And I know, you know what, Bill Belichick the defense is still not bad, but I don't think they can handle that fast offense. I think that weapon that he has to throw the ball to,
track team,
the running game that he's got with Mostert. And the thing is we know Mostert has a problem staying healthy. Yep. But I think that Miami wins this game, makes a statement, just like the Buffalo Bills did last night. I think that they make a statement. The Miami Dolphins watched the Buffalo Bills game last night.
Yep.
They know what they're going to be facing. And I think they're out to prove that they are better than what they've been in years past. So I think Miami wins this game. I'm going to say I think Tyreek Hill has 2, if not 3 touchdowns in this game. And I'll tell you why. Because who are they going to double on that offense?
Yep.
Who are they going to double?
Yep.
So if you double Tyreek, Waddle's going to eat.
Yep.
If you somehow can figure out a way to double both of them, then they're going to run the ball down your throat.
If you back everybody up because you don't want them beating you over the top, beating you deep, they'll eat you underneath with Gesicki.
Yep.
They'll eat you underneath with Cedric Wilson, or they'll run the ball down your throat with Mostert and Chase Edmonds.
Yep.
And then he's got enough mobility. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Josh Allen. Tua's got a little bit of mobility too. He'll take off on you and scrabble for 5 or 6 yards too and keep the chains moving. It's just it's a bad situation for them. You go out, they went and got Devontae Parker, former Dolphin Devontae Parker. Your best receiver is Kendrick Bourne. You went out, you got 2 tight ends in Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. But in today's game, and me and Mona, we talk about this, off the air or whatever. Today's game, you gotta have weapons. It's a passing league, and running the ball is great, but you got to be able to put up points. And even having a great defense, and generally New England has a good defense. If your offense is putrid, you just leave your defense out there, and eventually they're going to break. They're going to break, and that's what happened to them with Buffalo last year. They were out there, and then they just kept going, and then you get blown out because it's like, okay, it's 7-0, okay, and then it's a 3-and-out, then it's 14-0, and it's another 3-and-out. Now it's 21-0. Now you're out of your element because you can't run anymore. Now you're throwing the ball every play trying to catch up. And now that's not what you do. And you're putting Mac Jones out there with no weapons, telling him to throw the ball, and then you get blown out. Now it's 41-10, and it's ugly. So I'm with you, Mona. I'm going Miami. I think that they really want to put on a show. I don't know if they've done enough yet, but they feel like they've made some moves to compete with the Buffalo Bills, who are the class of the division. And I think that they want to show we're at least the second best team in this division, right, and jump on the Patriots. I'm going to say 31-17 Dolphins.
And I've got it 34-14. 34. No, make it 34. Yeah, 34-14.
31-14. I got 31-17. Okay. Next game. We have Baltimore at New York Jets, and I think this is another blowout. I think Lamar Jackson. First off, he was under the tutelage of Joe Flacco, so I think that's one thing he wants to prove, and I think he's on a mission to prove I'm one of the best young quarterbacks in this league. I don't want him taking as many chances with his running. I'm not saying don't run because that's part of his game. I like to see him run for 20 yards, and if somebody's catching up to him, slide or get out of bounds. I don't want to see him taking any vicious shots. Every time he gets hit, I'm going to probably be holding my breath because I'm just like, I want to see the kid get paid. And I really think the Ravens are kind of doing him dirty. And for me, we talk about the whole Mason Rudolph thing. It gets to a point where it's like disrespectful. And it's like, okay, I don't feel like you respect me. I don't feel like I value you. It's like, you're a spouse and you cook and clean and you spend all day cooking and cleaning, and your spouse comes home and throws their dirty boots on the couch, throws it on the rug you just vacuumed. You spent all day cooking a nice dinner, and then they order a pizza and sit up there and eat pizza and drink a beer after you done cooked all day. I don't feel like that might not be the best analogy, but when you don't feel appreciated, it shows. And I just think that the Ravens aren't showing him that. I think he's out on a mission. I think the Ravens defense is going to be one of the best defenses in the league. I like Kyle Hamilton, the safety, Marcus Peters. They had a lot of injuries last year, and that's no excuse, but that's what happened. I don't know if J.K. Dobbins plays. I don't think that they need him for the Jets, and I think that the Ravens are just. I think it's a dominating performance with the defense, Lamar Jackson, and maybe a breakout game from Rashad Bateman. Give me the Ravens 27-14.
I'm taking Ravens as well, and I think that I actually wrote this down earlier, all my picks. 31 10. Gotcha. 31-10.
Okay. Moving on. I'm not seeing any comments over here. Jacksonville at Washington.
Maselko had Baltimore 31-10.
31-10. Okay, if you see some, I just got Braxton Hills. That's the last comment that I see here. I don't know. Let me. Next one here we got Jacksonville at Washington, and here's my upset special of the week. My upset special of the week. I am taking Jacksonville here. I do not have anything.
I think Jacksonville wins this game too.
Okay, well. Great minds think alike. No Chase Young, and Chase Young. Let me say this about Chase Young, and I was very high on him coming out of Ohio State. I thought he would be the next great Ohio State defensive end coming in the NFL after the Bosa boys. He's been injury prone. He went to a pass rushing camp, and he's hurt again. He's out for this game. He's going to be on the PUP list, so he's out for the first 4 games. Okay, right. And I have no faith in Carson Wentz. I have no faith. And I think Jacksonville's defense is going to be much, 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 much better. I think Jacksonville's defense. I think Travis Etienne comes out. I think he wants to show something. I think that Doug Peterson coaching up Trevor Lawrence after the whole Urban Meyer debacle last year, and I'm taking Jacksonville this game. I'm going to say Jacksonville 21-14 Jacksonville.
I think. What'd you say your score?
21-14 Jags.
The one thing about Carson Wentz is he's going to score.
Yeah, he's also going to turn over.
Yeah.
He's also
But I could see Jacksonville actually having some interceptions run back for touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville wins this game. I'm going to say Washington's defense is still not bad. It's just they're going.
Are they though? We're all last year. They're going to have an awesome defense.
I think the biggest thing last year is they were wore out. They were on the field too often.
Yeah.
But I think Carson Wentz is a step up from what they had.
You like him better than Heineke? Because I think Heineke's better than Carson Wentz.
I think Carson Wentz is better than Heineke.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 24. 18.
24-18. Okay. All right. What do we got next here? We have Cleveland at Carolina. Ugh.
I know, and I don't know. Honestly,
that's a tough game. That's really that's a tough game.
Everybody's healthy in Carolina right now.
I'm gonna take Carolina. I think Christian McCaffrey, this is his one game that he's healthy. He's going to go out there and show up. And I really do believe Baker Mayfield's like on a mission. I think he's going to get hit. I think he's going to get hit. But here's the thing with Carolina this year. They have Christian McCaffrey, and then I think towards the end of the game, you get a huge dosage of Donta Foreman. I think Donta Foreman, if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt,
take Christian McCaffrey's number one spot, to be honest.
If Christian McCaffrey gets hurt how about this? When Christian McCaffrey gets hurt this year, Donta Foreman will be the new starting running back of the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to take Carolina.
McCaffrey gets traded next year.
Yeah, and then or by the trade deadline this year. I could very well see.
If he gets hurt, they won't trade him.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna take Carolina in a close one because I do like Cleveland's defense, but I have no faith in Jacoby Brissett. I think they're gonna try to all they have is Amari Cooper and run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and to me that's just not enough. I like Carolina's defense. You look at J.C. Jackson and Hassan Reddick. I think they're gonna be okay. So I'm gonna take Carolina in the close one. 21-14 Carolina.
And I have 28-24 Carolina.
28 what?
28-24.
28-24. And we're both taking Carolina. Okay. Sweet home Carolina. Indianapolis at Houston.
I've got Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis is going to go in there. I think Indianapolis lights it up.
I do too. I think
I'm going to say 28. I'm going to say 28. I love Mills, though. I do really, really like that kid. I
do too.
I just don't know if he's got.
And I think we need to start giving some more respect to Brandon Cooks too. He doesn't get a lot of respect for the he's a little guy, and we think of Tyreek Hill.
Oh wow, Heinz Reddick. He signed with the Eagles. He's with the Eagles.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
great. That just happened. Like the Eagles need some more. Just like the Eagles need some more. Great. So what you got for Indy? What'd you say? That sucks.
That
sucks.
28. I'm gonna say 28-17.
28-17. And I'm also taking Indy. But I think it's a division game. I'll say 28-24 Indy. 28-24 Indy. Next game, we got Philly at Detroit. And I think this is another blowout, especially after the news I just got. I think Philly has gone all out. They have given Jalen Hurts every tool he needs to be successful.
Somebody said that happened in the offseason.
I thought Reddick played for the. I thought he played for the. I thought he played for. Well, maybe that's what he was saying. Carolina. Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to be incredible this year, and that's hard for me as a Cowboys fan. Getting a guy like Jordan Davis, going to go get a corner to go on the other side of Darius Big Play Slay, James Bradbury, Jordan Davis.
I think the
Jordan Davis, a big nose tackle.
The ultimate question with Philly,
yeah,
is what kind of quarterback is Hurts going to be this year?
Yeah, totally. That's like I like Dallas Goedert. I like them going to go get AJ Brown. I think another year of Devontae Smith. They got rid of Jalen Reagor, who he was kind of a bust for them. But I think that the defense with them, I think that's the thing with them. Philly's defense is going to be a problem. And then they got the little linebacker from Georgia. I forget what his name is. The little linebacker that slipped in the draft.
Hello.
I think that they beat them. I think they beat them down. I'm going to say.
You kind of froze up on me.
31-14. 31-14 Philly.
I think I'm going to go 31. 31-21.
31-21. Okay. New York Giants at Tennessee.
Are you talking about Christian Harris?
Who?
Christian Harris, the linebacker.
I thought Harris was from Alabama. No, he's a Georgia linebacker, the little linebacker that was all over the place. I can't think of his name.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's a little short linebacker. They compared him to Roquan Smith, but he was the one for this year.
Nakobe Dean?
Nakobe Dean. Yeah, they got him too.
Yeah.
Nakobe
Well,
Dean,
I'm kind of flashbacks of playing Georgia last year. So.
Yeah. The Nakobe Dean. You got Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, James Bradbury. I mean, they got an all-star defense over there. We've seen this, but I think they're a better team. And then the weapons that they have, and Jalen Hurts, this is your time, guy. A lot of people are, questioning whether or not you're that guy. I made to be the man bits the other day. Okay, this is your chance now. They've given you an opportunity. A lot of times quarterbacks don't have success because they don't surround them with talent. You cannot say that. They've given you everything that you need to be successful. It's all on you, bro. New York Giants at Tennessee.
This team is going to eat against that defense.
Yeah.
I still
think Tennessee
taking this game. I think Tennessee wins this game 31-10.
31-10. And I'm gonna take Tennessee too, Mona. I'm gonna say 28-17 Tennessee. Next game we got Green Bay. Woo-wee. Wow. I'm gonna call this an upset special. I'm gonna go with Minnesota in this game, only because of what I saw, and it's not because I don't think Aaron Rodgers sucks. I think that the Vikings defense is going to be really good, and I think it's going to take Aaron Rodgers a second to adjust without Devontae Adams. And they have a bunch of injuries with their wide receivers. I think Randall Cobb is starting, and then you're starting the kids. I mean, Sammy Watkins is your number one right now. I think you see Rodgers throw it a lot to Tanyan, the tight end, and I think you see a lot of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But I think that Minnesota's offense may be one of the best offenses in the league. Dalvin Cook, Alexander Mattison at running backs. Justin Jefferson, we know what he is. Adam Thielen. Now they got Jalen Reagor and the kid KJ Osborne and Kirk Cousins. He's a what's our term? Serviceable quarterback. Yeah. Serviceable. I'm going to go with the Vikings. (28-27) Vikings.
Okay, that's where we're going to disagree.
Okay.
I am taking Green Bay because I think Aaron Rodgers has got something else to prove.
Okay.
That he was doing it before he had Devontae Adams. And don't get me wrong, I think he got a little spoiled having Devontae Adams.
Yep.
But I think he spreads the ball a little bit more around now. I think he dinks and dunks. I think that defensively, I think that they're good enough to stop them, and it's not a playoff game. So I've got Green Bay winning this game. I think Green Bay wins this game. I'm going to say, I think Jones is going to get at least one, maybe two touchdowns. I think Scantling, what's his name?
Marquez is with the Chiefs.
I mean,
Watkins.
Watkins gets a touchdown. That's
Okay.
3 right there. That's 3 7s, 21. I think that 28. I'm going to say 28-21. Green Bay.
21 Green Bay. Okay. All right. I think that's our first time disagreeing, Mona.
Yep. Well, I remember you took Minnesota last year against Dallas, and I took Dallas, and I won that one. I think that was actually the weekend I actually.
Is that the one that you went undefeated?
I don't think it was the one I went undefeated.
Okay. Yeah, that one hurt. That one really hurt. You got within like 3 or 4 games of me. It felt feeling you were biting at my heels.
I kept taking Pittsburgh.
That was the difference. Oh, you do know that applies to you too, the $100, right? With the picks.
Oh no, I'm not in that.
No, okay.
Yeah, I do mine for fun.
Okay, Kansas City at Arizona.
I've got Kansas City winning this one.
Kansas City, yeah. I'm taking Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes is on a mission too. Will they be as explosive? Probably not. Will they be more efficient? I believe they will. I think Patrick Mahomes will spread the ball around. Juju Smith-Schuster, Kelsey, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah.
CEH, Jerick McKinnon. I think you're going to see him spreading the ball around more. And Juju Smith-Schuster, I think in that system will find, he got with Ben towards the end of Ben's career. I think this will rejuvenate Juju Smith-Schuster's. I think it'll rejuvenate his career, where he doesn't have to be the man. I think Travis Kelce steps into that number one role, even though he's a tight end. I think he'll be the number one receiving option. And Arizona, no Rondell Moore. He's out. He's already been ruled out. No DeAndre Hopkins for 6 weeks. So who are you out there with? Christian Kirk is gone. I think they're trying to run the ball with James Conner, and I don't know what the hell. Zach Ertz is out too. So yeah, I'm taking Kansas City. I'm going to say
ugly.
35-21 Kansas City.
And I got it 38-14. I think they're lucky if they score 14 points against them. And only because of all the weapons that they're out of. And I don't, Kansas City actually does pretty well stopping the run. So, 38 17. I'll go 38-17.
38-17.
I'll give them a field goal to go with those two touchdowns.
Braxton Hill says Kayvon Thibodeau out for New York Giants, not playing. Alan Lazard not playing for Green Bay. That's what I was saying. Sammy Watkins. Alan Lazard not playing on Sunday versus Vikings. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, who's he going to be throwing it to? I mean, they really.
Oh, Jones.
Yeah, a lot of that's.
Jones is going to run, and he's going to catch passes out of the backfield.
Yeah, I totally agree. Las Vegas at Las Vegas Raiders at LA Chargers. I like what Vegas has done. I make no apologies, and everybody who knows me, all my guys, Southern Hospitality Football League, Sunday Night Lights Fantasy Football League, my Fantasy Football League, Habitual Lawn Staffer, Aces League, Fantasy Podcasters. I tried to get as much of the Chargers offense as I could. I believe Justin Herbert, I think he takes that leap this year. Everybody who knows me knows that. Amir and Flectron and Didi, they call me a Chargers homer, even though I'm a Cowboys fan. I like the kid. And I think they come out. The Raiders, they still have offensive line problems. Problems. They all of their number one picks are not even on the team since 2018. None of their first round picks. They just got rid of Alex Leatherwood. You remember Alex Leatherwood with Alabama Moma. They got rid of him. They got rid of Damon Arnett, the corner who wants to go shooting people. They got rid of the Henry Ruggs. Unfortunately, the Henry Ruggs ordeal. I like Chandler Jones. I like Max Crosby, but I just think that the Chargers are on a mission. I think we are heading to a showdown in the AFC playoffs. Bills versus Chargers. That's how I see it. I think when you talk about the firepower, the offensive, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Gerald Everett, Joshua Palmer. I think that they could very well, and I think that the Chargers are going to be looking for a get back because basically the Raiders cost them the playoffs last year, that last game of the season.
Yep.
Mostly because of the dumbass coach. But I think that they rectify those problems. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think even with the Raiders defense, and to me, their secondary is kind of questionable. I think Justin Herbert has a 350 yards passing. And I'm going to say Chargers. Chargers 38, Raiders 28.
And I think it's going to be a closer game than that.
Okay.
I've got Chargers winning.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be like 34-31.
34-31. Okay. Damn. J.C. Jackson out on Sunday for Los Angeles Chargers. Damn it. Yeah, that'll keep Devontae Adams should have a pretty good game. He should have a pretty good game too. Last game on Sunday, Tampa, the Sunday night game, Tampa at Dallas, and I picked against Dallas last year. Bona, you're my witness. I picked against Dallas last year. I think Dallas wins this time.
I think they do too.
And I think that Dallas's offensive line is bad, but I think Tampa Bay's offensive line is worse. And I think that Dallas's defense will be elite this year. I think Micah Parsons will be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year like he was last year as a rookie. But I think he'll be better this year. I'm not saying he'll beat TJ Watt. I'm not saying he'll beat Aaron Donald. I'm not saying he'll beat those guys, but he'll be right up there with them, especially with them using him more as the edge rusher, where he's unleashed to go after Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady has some personal issues going on. This is a football show, but your home life has a lot to do with your success. What they say, happy wife, happy life, happy wife, happy life. And I don't think Gisele's happy right now. I don't think that she's happy that he came out of retirement. He was supposed to retire. He took off 2 or 3 weeks. Not that he needed it, but
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think it's that. I think there's kind of medical issue.
For Brady?
No, not for Brady. I think something's going on in the family.
Okay.
And I think that's why he stayed home like he did. I still think Dallas wins this one because they're going to remember that last game last year when they just barely got beat.
Yeah. Well, the kicker cost us the game on that one.
Right. And I think Dallas wins at home.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say, what was the score last year when y'all got beat?
I don't know. It was a 1-point game, though. I think it was like 28-27 was the final score, something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to say $31. I'm going to say 31-24.
31-24. And I'm going to take Dallas in a defensive battle. I think it's going to be a lot of sacks in this game. I think Dak Prescott's going to get sacked a lot. I think Tom Brady's going to get sacked a lot. I think that.
I think defensively, what y'all do is, I think y'all may get a couple of defensive touchdowns.
I do too. I do too. I don't think Godwin's playing this game. He doesn't have Gronk anymore. He doesn't have AB anymore. He lost his starting center. He lost his starting left tackle. And I just think Dallas's defense gets after him. And, 45-year-old man, I think Micah Parsons goes hunting. And maybe we could see a Sam Williams sighting. Maybe a Sam Williams sighting, a DeMarcus Lawrence sighting. I'm gonna have it a close game. I'm gonna say 24-21 Dallas. And the last game, the Monday night game, we have Denver at Seattle. And I think this is a blowout special here too. I think Russell Wilson felt disrespected. I feel like I think he's rejuvenated himself. I think he's playing with the best team that he's had since those. And Mastelko chick 31-28 Tampa, and he said, "And remember, Tom Brady is 6-0 against Dallas." And I got that, and I'm with you, Thomas Mastelko. But look, I think that Dallas's defense is better. I think Dallas's defense is going to be really good this year. Back to the. I think Russell Wilson has a game. I think Javonte Williams has a game. I think Cortland Sutton has a game, and I could see Geno Smith being sacked 5 or 6 times. They have DK Metcalf, and they have Tyler Lockett, and they got Rashad Penny. I don't think that Kenneth Walker's playing this game, but Seattle's defense is fraudulent, and I think Russ cooks this game, and I think Geno Smith is running for his life. So I'm going to say 30 to 14 Denver.
$30
14 Denver.
14. And so that's 44 total points for you. Oh, wait a minute.
Braxton Hill said they're saying Parsons going with Defensive Player of the Year this year. And I think he's in the running for it. I'm not saying he'll win it, but he will definitely be one of the finalists for it. I think he'll be top 3. I think he'll be top 3 for Defensive Player of the Year.
I think this score is going to be atrocious.
Really?
I think it's going to be atrocious. I think Denver beats the crap out of Seattle. I think Denver beats them. I'm going to say 38. 38. Damn. I like Denver's defense too.
Yeah.
I think 38. To 10.
38-10. Okay. There it is. There it is. Those are all of our picks. Please, 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 please get your picks in. Get your pick sheets in. Get them in. Go to the thread on the Alphabets Football Show football group. Go in there on the sheets, and you can make copies of them. Every Tuesday, I think it was you were doing, Mona. Every Tuesday, Mona usually has the sheets out for the week. Go in there, make a copy of it, screenshot it, make your picks, and then put it in the group. Make sure that, when you put it up in there, it'll be a timestamp on there, and we'll know exactly when you put it in. Please, I'm letting you know now. I believe in letting people know things so there's no misunderstanding. If you do not have your sheets in by game time, you will not get credit for it.
Yep.
I don't care if you don't have it in before then, you're not gonna get credit for the game because that's not fair to everybody.
I think I told everybody 1 hour prior to the game starting.
Yeah.
And if you don't listen, I have changed picks all the way up to like an hour before the game.
Yep. I have too.
And even the Monday night game.
Yep.
As long as you have it time stamped, like when you post your sheet, in your own post, comment on it and tell me that you changed it.
Or just put it in the group and just put up there, tag me or Ramona. It's the game starts at 1 and it's at 12 o'clock. You're like, hey, you know what? Tom Brady's out. I'm not taking the Bucs this week. Right. Marcus, Ramona, I'm changing my pick here. And when we see it we see it. You tag us as soon as we're tagged. It shows us. So, up to an hour before the game starts because we have a lot of people that are in this group. I think last time I checked, it was like 40, 50 people. So there's a lot of people in it as compared. I think we only had like maybe 20.
You might have to give me to Wednesday if there's that many more people because I'm gonna have to listen. I don't have any other way of doing it but calculating each people's pick. And when I check your sheet, I always go below where you posted your sheet and I comment how many wins and losses you have.
And it's your sheet in this group, not the sheet that you do with somebody else. I mean, there's other podcast groups out there, and what will I put it over here? Then the one that's inside of our group chat, that's the one that you're going to get credit for. I like that you're doing picks with other groups, and that's cool. I don't care, but you're only going to get credit for the ones that you do in my group. So That's only fair to everybody else. So
I'm not going all over looking for.
I'm not going. Yeah, what you put in? Yeah, it's got to be on wax. It's got to be on record. So I think that's everything. That is everything. I think that's all of our picks.
And Thomas actually took 38-10 Denver as well.
Okay.
I just now noticed that.
Braxton Hills, I'm going to do an alphabets bits on that. Who y'all got winning defense and offensive rookie of the year? I'm going to do all of our picks, and I'll get Mona's opinion on all of them, and that'll be the next bits that I do. That'll be the next bit. What I've been doing now is we've been doing a bits right before the Thursday radio show. So by Wednesday or Thursday, we'll have that out, and I will give you that. I will actually do a alphabets bits on it. That'll be a good subject. That'll be real fun. And then Mona, you can give me your picks, and I'd love to hear Mona's pick. So
you already know who I think is going to be MVP this year. So
I got you, and we'll put it on wax. We'll have some receipts. Mona, last words.
Just want to say, thank you guys for showing up and participating in chat, and thanks for your picks, and just keep on coming back, and make sure you get your sheets in. 1 hour prior to the games. You don't have to do like when you're choosing the 4 o'clock games, as long as they're in by 3 o'clock, I'm happy with that. Yeah. But they got to be in before the game starts. So
y'all are not going to overwork my co-host. I'm telling you. She's a grandmother. She's into everything. She's in the gardening. She does the editing for the show. She does the videos. Y'all are not. I'm not going to let y'all stress out my co-host. So I appreciate y'all, Buffalo Bills fans. Congratulations. Congratulations. Torch didn't really get to glow. I might wear my Buffalo Bills hat next week. I might do. I'll see, because I didn't make a wager on that. But hey, here's the thing. Just like I told you
about the wager, and that's the reason why at first I didn't have no clue what y'all were doing.
I got you, and that's fair. That's bad communication.
I just didn't know.
That's bad communication. That's bad communication on my part. I'll take the hit for that. But congratulations, outstanding.
He didn't come back. I sent him a message twice, and he didn't answer neither one of my messages.
Yeah, well, he was babysitting tonight, but he knows what it is. He had an open invitation. Congratulations to the Bills fan, dominating performance. Keep it up. That's all I'll say. And check out the Alphabet's Bits piece that I did to be the man. I actually talked about that, and we'll do that.
I'm going to say one thing about that game.
Yeah.
And Buffalo Bills. Okay.
Yeah.
I was highly impressed with their secondary. I was highly impressed with them. Actually,
with their secondary? You were impressed with their secondary?
Yeah, I was. I was impressed with what they did.
Okay.
Considering Trey White's not there.
Yeah. I
was really impressed. And what makes me happy for you guys is this. This was the first game for a lot of the players that were playing last night. And the more the season goes on, the better they gel and learn their teammates' ability.
Yeah.
And what they might need to fill in on, and they gel better. And I'm thinking by the end of this season, and God forbid any injuries.
Yep.
By the end of this season, I think that this team, we talked about how Tampa Bay bought them a Super Bowl by bringing Tom Brady in, and a lot of Fournette and
AB and Gronk.
Antonio Brown came in.
Yeah.
And they won a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah.
I feel like the Rams did the same thing. I said it last year. They bought them a Super Bowl, and they did. And had Cincinnati actually had a better offensive line, I don't think that game – I don't think that game would have – I don't think the Rams would have won that Super Bowl. But had OBJ not went out, I don't think it was even close.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't – until OBJ went out, they had no answer for OBJ.
Yeah.
But
I think Cincinnati was lucky to be there too, because they should have been out during that Tennessee game.
Listen, if they had a better quarterback, who didn't throw an interception last play of a game, I agree, and I think that they tried to bring Derrick Henry back too soon, and I think the guy who got them to the playoffs was the guy who should have been had the most carries in that game.
Yep. Donta Foreman.
And I think that he's going to eat this year. I think he's going to do well this year.
Yeah, I think he's better than Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard. They drafted him out of Oklahoma State. I think Foreman. I watched Foreman play at the University of Texas, and he's incredible. He couldn't get on track with the Texans, but Bill O'Brien was the coach. But anyways, thank you for watching. the Alphabets Football Show. We appreciate y'all. Please subscribe to the Alphabets Football Show. You can find this show here on the Alphabets Football Show channel on YouTube. You can also see all of the bits over there, things that we've done previous shows. Join the Alphabets Football Show Facebook group. We're at like 505. Get people up in there, and everybody can compete in the picks. We're having fun, talk football, post football stuff up in there. Post your kids up in there. Play high school football. Your kid does something phenomenal. Get them up in there. Get them up in there. I love to see stuff like that. Go Broncos, New Mexico Military Institute, #1 junior college in the country, my alma mater. Congratulations to y'all. Appreciate you. You boys are doing outstanding. And we will see y'all.
You do realize tomorrow.
Yeah.
At 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Texas, Alabama. Oh, this might be one of those snack box. We'll talk about it, Bona. We'll talk about it. Y'all have a great evening. Enjoy high school football tonight, all the college football tomorrow, and NFL football Sunday, Monday, Thursday. We'll be right back here. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See ya.
Count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect. Mama out of debt, got a new connect. We the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house. You mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy. Fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow. Bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow it back. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back. I've been on the come up, running till the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put them ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up.